then I have, I think one of my biggest problem, I'm also not finishing the turn.
Okay, we'll take a look at that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll take a look at your finish. Just want to kind of let you warm up though.
Yeah.
All right. Sounded pretty good right there. There you go.
That looks straight.
Mm-hmm. Right, your club path was a little bit out to the right, which was really good. You see right here, our number right there.
Okay.
Just a little bit positive, very close to zero, so swinging very neutral.
Very neutral.
Okay, that's good. Okay, for somebody had it very much over the top. Now, one thing I'm going to kind of do to help you out here a little bit, right? We wanted to get a little bit more height, right?
Height, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and set up to the ball for me like you normally do, please. Okay. Stay right there for me, please. Kind of and grab something. Okay. So right there, would you say that's pretty much the middle of your stance?
Pretty much so, yeah.
Okay, so what we want to see right there is that's where the pitching wedge would be played. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want you to kind of move that ball up of center. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so it probably feels a little bit uncomfortably up in our setup if I had to make a guess,
Mm-hmm.
right? But really what we're going to have is the pitching wedge here in the center, and then everything's going to start going forward. Okay, so
Okay.
you're playing your 7-iron where your pitching wedge should be,
Okay, okay.
and what happens is you're de-lofting the club.
Loft in the club.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So we want to have a little bit more chance to get a little bit more of that loft on that face and see what happens, okay?
Okay.
Great. All right. Now look, right? It's not there yet, but we're starting to get closer to a carry total number now.
Okay.
So
okay.
they're starting to come together. Not to say we're at the number that we want,
Right,
but
right.
we're not getting that 40-yard distance that we were getting.
That's what I get in rounds.
Correct. So we're going to start to get a little bit more height. And let's see where we're at with this on the height, okay? All right, so let's go one more here. Okay, so remember we want that up of center. Okay, where it feels like it's...
Should it be off, like off this heel?
No, sir, that would be too far.
Too far.
Okay, here, we'll give you a visual again, okay? We'll come on over here and give you a visual. All right, so if I place the ball right as so, okay? Put your left toe right here, okay? Put your right toe right there, okay? Do you see how far up that would be in your setup?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now you'd probably need a little bit wider stance because you're a very tall person.
Right, right.
Okay, so remember, this is a guideline, not the Bible right here.
Right, right.
Okay, but this gives you a good visual. If I said, hey, where's that ball need to be? You start to see how much more of the center it needs to be up. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So if I left my foot right there,
Mhm.
okay, and then I said, put your right foot here, you see what that does to the ball and the position of your stance?
Mm-hmm.
You see how that moves it back?
Move it back, yeah, yeah.
Correct. So now what I'm going to have you do is I'll have you move it over here to like where a hybrid would be. Right here, this one, I'm sorry. Okay? So do you see how if I gave you a 4, 5, or a 3 iron or a hybrid, how much further up that is in your setup.
Your setup, okay.
Does that make sense
Yeah.
visually for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's one thing that we want to kind of, realize a little bit. And that's why when we're out there practicing, Lynn, we want to have an alignment stick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I always like having 2 alignment sticks. Let me see if I got the other one right here. Okay. All right, and then I like to kind of, and I'll do this on the opposite side of you, I like to set up like a little T-square when I'm practicing. And then
Right.
put the ball, here in the center, right, and then move it forward so I start to get an idea where my ball position is.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
so this will tell me where it is in reference to my ball
So your
setup,
ball setup, yeah.
and this will help me with my direction. Does that
Okay.
make sense? It's a
Yeah.
very easy way to
To
practice.
practice, okay.
Okay, does that give you a good visual?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's come on back on over here to this. So we'll put our foot right here. Okay, and then we probably have the ball. Just go ahead and set up like you normally would. Okay, don't worry about this being on here. Just get yourself comfy to where you like to be. Okay. Does that give you a good visual of where the ball needs to kind of be a little
Where
bit
the
now?
ball kind of you need to be, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we still need to kind of work on a few things with the setup a little bit and the posture, but really right now I want you to kind of understand a few things,
The
right?
position of the ball.
Correct, that
Yeah.
it's something that gets lost quite a bit,
Mhm.
right? But if I don't have that ball up of center, it's going to be really tough for me to get turn behind the ball, number one, and number two, get a lot of loft on it.
Okay.
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so with that being said, I'm going to take this on out for you. Okay, does that give you a good visual of what your stance needs
What
to
my
be too a
stance
little
needs to
bit?
be, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
a little bit narrower than what you're used to.
A little narrow, okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You can adjust it a little bit, but we
Mm.
don't want to get too wide.
Too wide.
Does that make sense?
Too wide, okay.
Okay? Because if I get too wide, right, if I get too wide, then I can't really turn.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so if I kind of keep my feet about shoulder width apart
Mm-hmm.
or just inside, then I can really turn around a pivot point. But once I start to get too wide,
Too wide, you
then I
can.
got to kind of slide to move back. Does that make sense?
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to kind of put this little guy right here in the center of our stance.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
And I want you to just, I'm going to kind of move it back just a little bit so you can move back. But what I want us to kind of do here a little bit is I want us to try to work on getting the ball up of that center line. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Get used to that visual. Okay? So, just up of center. Okay, so go ahead and set up again for me. Okay. All right, give yourself a little space. You can back up just a little bit. I don't want you to feel like you're too cramped or crowded. Good. Okay, let's give that a chance. Okay, that's going to be a big change for us because now I'm taking the ball and I'm moving it up about an inch, inch and a half on you. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay, that's fine. Got to get used to that look. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How's the club face looking?
Club face looking good.
Good. Good. Just want to make sure you're doing your checks. Good job. There we go. Look at that, my friend.
That's it.
There it is. Good work.
That's it.
Okay, did you see your height went up quite a bit? Went
It went
almost
up.
up to 60 feet
Yeah.
compared to 44,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So your smash factor was off the chart right there, really good, okay?
Mm.
But that's more where we need to be.
That's where it need to be.
How did that feel for us?
That feels good.
Okay,
That feels good.
good. So, and the other thing is if I move the ball up there, it gives you a little bit more time to close the club face or
Yeah.
get back into position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I got you. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. That's okay. low on that one, right?
But low, position.
But we're starting to get that zero in going straight. Good. Hey, good ball right there, my friend. All right. It sounded really good. Yeah.
It'll be like that much, a little straighter also.
Right?
Straight.
Because you're able to turn behind the ball and chase that ball down the fairway. But when we get the ball too far back, then we turn back behind it and then we get stuck. Right? And then we
Okay.
try to release it or flip or something like that. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. A little out to the right on that one.
Close to the right.
Give me a couple more swings here. Give me about 5 or 6 swings, and then we're going to take a look on video, okay?
Okay.
Give me one more, and we're going to take a look on video on this one, okay? All right, my friend, how did that feel for us?
That one felt good.
Felt good? Let's take a look at it, okay?
That one felt good.
Right, so let's get some We'll take, I'd say we take a look at this one real quick, and then you want to grab your driver and take a look at that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, who do we have? Let's see. So let's take a look at the setup. Pretty similar setup, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. Similar setup. My shoulders are a little leaner than his,
A little bit,
a little bit.
but you're probably a taller guy than
I'm
him.
a taller guy.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And, you know, that probably has to do something with our arm length, wingspan, and all that.
I know that. Okay.
All right, so let's kind of take a look as we kind of move through here a little bit. So one thing we see right here with the takeaway, okay?
Uh-huh.
See where your club face is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, see how much of that club face I can see looking at me right there?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's take a look at. Alright, face point more down. Ready?
No.
That's about. Okay. Right? But as we see here, if you look at JT, you see how his face is pointing more towards the ball?
Yeah.
Yours is pointing.
Pointing away from it.
Okay, so that's one thing I see right there with the takeaway. So what we're doing here in the takeaway, just so we can kind of see here, show you, okay, your first move is like this.
Oh, okay.
You see where the face is pointing more towards you?
Right, right.
Okay, that's an open club face.
Open club face, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's going to be kind of tough for me to get it back to square with it being that far open. I'm going to have to really do a lot of rotating at the end to get through there. And I can tell you what you do to compensate for that. You get here, you're open, your body knows, and what you do is you've got an open club face, so you come over the top to square it up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right, right.
Okay.
Right.
We want to try to get to the point when I take the club back, okay, that my right palm is facing a little bit more down.
Okay.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where I see is you, the right palm will be facing more upwards.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay, so if you come on over here real quick, I'll kind of give you a feel for it, and then we'll continue through the video.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Good.
Do I hold it properly?
Mhm.
This is how I
You've
hold
got a
it.
really good grip, a handsome
So,
grip right
this is
there.
how I grip it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Make sure my thing is square. Right.
Yeah.
Down.
Good. Good. So here we go. I'm going to have you stand a little bit more upright for me. There you go. Good. That's a good. Okay. Now, what we see in the video, right, is your right palm. Think about your right palm is facing up. You see that?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That's what you're doing.
That's good.
See how the face is opening up
It's
as we
opening
start?
up. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you a different feel. Okay.
Mhm.
We're going to try to keep that right palm down a little bit.
Okay.
Do you see where we're at there?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's facing
So
down.
the face is kind of looking a little bit more back at the ball a little bit
Yeah,
as we go, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So once again, kind of give you a feel for that. Okay?
Okay.
See how your palm is facing down just a little
Facing
bit?
down. Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Right. Definitely.
Because what happens is, if I do this,
I tried to correct
then
it
my next move is going to keep getting deeper, deeper, deeper as I come through.
as it comes through so it
Right, and then-
opens up more.
And then what happens to you is what we're going to work on here next is that you have an over-the-top move
Over the
going
top
this
move.
way
Okay.
to square it up.
Okay.
But if I can get you to go more here,
Mm-hmm.
upright, now if you look, I'm going to hold the club for you.
Yeah.
Let go. Let go. Okay. You see where the club face is now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See how it's kind of pointing more down the target line, and you can see a little bit of the face.
Right. Right.
That's
right.
square.
That's great.
Okay. But
Okay.
but if you get up to the top and it's like this, that wouldn't be good.
That won't be good.
Okay. We'll see what it looks like. You know, we don't want it like this or like that. We want it kind of more like this, where you see just a little bit of the face, but the
Of the face.
toes kind of going down the line.
Going down the line. Okay.
Okay. So one more time, let me give you a feel for that again. Okay, so right palm is going to feel like it's just facing a little bit more on the ground on the takeaway.
Okay.
Okay, see how your arm retracts in nicely that way?
Yeah.
All right, a lot of good things start to happen there.
Start to happen there.
Okay, once again. Good. Okay. Now that could be a lesson in its all self right there, okay?
Yeah.
So just want you to kind of remember that, right? As you go, boom.
Okay.
Okay, so the palm's just going to be facing down. I don't want to see this.
Not turning over.
Okay, but I do want to see, you know, the palm kind of facing a little bit more down. And what you'll kind of notice is that this leading edge right here is going to match your spine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't match your spine at all,
No, it doesn't.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I could say anything in golf, if I can get things to match up, that's
Right.
usually a pretty good thing.
Good thing. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you just a second to kind of work on that takeaway. Just for a sec. Feel that palm down a little bit more. Yep. Yep. And that's going to keep that club face more square on our takeaway and not open up so much. Okay?
Okay. Take it. Square.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Any questions about that, Lynn?
No, that's good. That's good too.
Okay.
So that's good.
All right. So as we move along here, right, let's see how we do here. So as I said here, right, watch your hand path, right? You see how your hands are really, see how the clubs get way back behind you now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if I look, you kind of have to, because you've got the club in so deep on you, okay, so you've gotten so deep like this, there's no place to go. You've taken all that room away.
Yeah.
Now watch what your spine does. It's like, well, we can't get to that position, but what we're going to do is we're going to stand up and let our arms come up. Okay, let's watch what he does. You see how you're standing up there? Okay, if you look at JT here, right, his head goes down, right? His head will go down again. And he doesn't really come up out of that box until after his swing.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But that is all because of the takeaway.
The takeaway.
Right? If I can get you to do more, if I can get you to take the club back like this and then more up, you see how I can kind of turn and keep my chest down? Okay? But once I start to get in here like this, I've taken out all this room, and to get my arms up, I'm going to have to stand up for it.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, so we want to try to keep that club there, right? I'm keeping my chest over the ball, boom, and then I'm going to come up and through. We don't want to get in here and then kind of pop up
And pop up, yeah.
at the backswing.
That's always, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's continue on here just for a sec as we kind of go through. Right, so and then there's your over-the-top move because you.
Because I say I push my arm out. When I came up here, I said like I push out.
Yep.
Come see that definitely over.
Correct. So you can see how much your hands are coming over.
I'm coming over it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. That's good awareness.
Yeah.
Right. And then what happens here, right, is because we're coming over the top, we're going to have to early release our hands to get our hands out front again.
Right.
Okay. And then you see we have the retractable chicken wing.
Chicken wing.
Right. We only want those at B-dubs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But as we can see with JT here, his arms are out significantly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here, but the first thing that we need to do is we need to start swinging on plane on the start. Right. We need to make sure that our hands aren't getting too far inside and deep. Okay. So we need to start getting our hand path more this way and up. Okay, it's going to feel a little bit more upright for us.
Yeah.
And that way, if I can get here, then when I turn, I can move my hands back this way. Right? But if I get in here like this, I've taken up all that room to shallow.
Okay.
And now I have to move my hands, as you can see, in this direction. Absolutely, right?
Over the ball, yeah.
Okay, so let's see that once again, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then just a lot of things start to happen. Things start to break down.
One can do it live. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the good thing, right? Is that with all that kind of what we need to kind of work on a little bit, we still had a pretty good result.
Right.
Okay. So it says that there's.
If I correct it, then I'll get even a better result.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it just starts with one thing. And I think what we want to kind of focus on a little bit here is making sure that our club path or our takeaway doesn't get so deep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the other part is getting you to kind of understand swing path a little
Swing
bit.
part, yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. I can see we are definitely come over
Yes.
the ball.
Yes. And when you do that, right, you're going to have to either do something like get yourself out of the way to keep it straight,
yeah.
right? Because you figured out from last session, if you keep doing that, it'll go left. So you figured out something to kind of get your way out of the way a little bit.
To try to straighten it up.
Yeah, and that's great. Okay, you're finding ways to make it work.
But I need the right way.
You do need the right way.
I need the right way.
You need the right way.
Can get a much better result.
Well, we need to get into the. You need to get into the
Swing part.
Well, we need to get into the area of acceptability, right?
Okay.
You know, it's not going to be perfect, but if we can get things a little bit closer to where we need to be, we're going to start seeing results.
Right.
Okay, so first things first, let's understand the takeaway. Okay, go ahead and set up for me. Don't worry about the ball. Okay. Good. So let me do this. Let me see if I've got the little device here. All right, hold on a sec, real quick. All right. Okay, I'm gonna grab this thing. So go ahead and set up for me, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up. 1 second here. Good. Okay. I'm gonna move it just a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to have you do here, okay? I'm going to kind of help you out here just a little bit. So put this down. Okay, this is kind of a swing plane here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with your swing currently, if we went, you'd go to the inside of that. You see that?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to have you do is go to the outside of that.
Yeah.
Okay, you see where your club face
Club
is there?
facing the board.
Right. Okay, so we just want to get here and get used to this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, making sure that we're swinging on plane.
On plane.
Okay, so I want you to kind of think about this real quick. If I kind of took a big circle, right, that's what we're creating. Okay, your path is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually it's like, it goes in this way and then goes out that way.
Yeah.
We want to kind of have it more this way. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, does that give you a good visual?
Yeah.
Right, so there we go. Okay, good. Yeah. Right. Okay, so here we go. Let's kind of work on the takeaway a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to have to get your hands down a little bit. Good. All right, so as we kind of go. Boom. Okay, there's your takeaway.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to just spend some time on that just for a second.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Because a lot can get lost in just that first move, okay?
Yeah.
Good. Okay?
Do I shape my wrist up to fit it?
Yes.
Shape your wrist up.
Yes. I don't want you to start doing this.
Just stick. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's here, chop. No, don't get too much. Right there, good.
Right there.
Okay, so the shaft will be parallel to the ground.
To the ground. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So there is a little wrist hinge right here in the beginning, right?
Right.
I think a lot of people get lost in the whole idea.
Keeping the wrist.
Right, well they get lost in the whole idea of the one piece takeaway, and I think they just, the one piece is right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then people start to take it way too far,
Mm-hmm.
you see, right? And then I never get a wrist hinge.
Never get a wrist hinge.
Or we get like this, okay?
Yeah.
A wrist hinge underneath.
Turn it over.
Correct.
We need a wrist hinge.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Well, better, right? Remember, we're trying to get to better.
To better, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So right here you can see your hands are probably over your right foot or maybe just past it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the shaft is parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
And the toes point more upwards.
Upwards. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so those are a few checkpoints that we want to have.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And this position will be somewhat unique to you, right?
Right,
You're going to be in a little bit different takeaway position than other players, but this is this realm of acceptability, right?
Acceptability.
Good. So if we kind of take a look at JT again, let's just take a look at his takeaway. Okay. Watch his hands. All right. Starting to create a little bit of a wrist hinge here, right? So once his hands get past his right thigh a little bit, you can see the shaft is parallel to the ground pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. And the club face is pointing more this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and if we got you
Mine is pointing away.
correct, see how far up that
Up it
is
is,
now
yeah,
and
yeah,
back? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a big part of the swing right there, just the takeaway itself.
The takeaway. Yeah.
Okay, so if we can start working on getting that better,
Yeah.
that's the first start. Things
That's
start to fall in order, right? But
Right,
we
right.
got to get that right there.
Yeah. The takeaway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Lynn?
Yeah, that makes sense, Tim. A whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense.
So go ahead and set up for me. Good. Now, what we're trying to achieve here, okay, I'm going to have you move up just a little bit for me. There you go, good. What we're trying to do, okay, is just take a takeaway to about hip high and just try to get your club head just outside of this line. I'll move it in just a little bit for you.
Yeah.
But try to move that club shaft outside of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Now just, yep, there you go. I just want you to work on that first part for a second. That probably feels... Very good. Okay, much more of a square face, so stay right there, good. Okay. Yep. So you just want the toe ever so slightly down, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not straight up and down, but just ever so slightly
Slightly
down.
down.
Slightly
Okay.
down.
Slightly
Maybe a
down.
couple degrees.
Slightly down.
If that gives you good mental imagery. Okay, so let's take a look from one to the next here, okay? So you can kind of see a little bit of the difference here. Okay, so as you kind of go. Good. Okay, so you can see that the club is not getting so deep behind us now. Right? As we can kind of see with this guy right here, he's really deep.
That's deep, yeah.
Yeah. Right? I can't even see your elbow back there.
Yeah, that elbow's gone.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, but look, your elbow's really nice to your side here now. Does that make sense?
This elbow should be, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we want to kind of feel like, if I could tell you, Lynn, right, if I kind of took my right arm, put it out here like this, I took my left arm and hooked it around, you see that? That's where I want my elbow to be.
Okay.
You can see in the video your elbow's getting like
It's
this.
getting go too far.
Yeah, you're getting in like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
There's no room right here. That thing's getting just like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Good. Okay. But as you can see here with this video right here, okay. All right, see how you've got that right arm already tucked to your side right there? Good. Now let's see how we're doing on our follow through. All right. Less of a chicken wing. Okay. We're going to work on that too. But right now we got to work on that takeaway.
A takeaway, yeah.
How does it feel for you? Can you give me some words to associate with that?
It feels it's different from what I was doing before. I can feel the difference.
Okay.
I can feel the difference and see the difference. I feel the difference than I was doing before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's keep working on that just for a sec, and then we'll let you hit a few balls and see how you're doing with it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so going to have you move up just a little bit for me. There you go, good. And then all I'm doing right here, so when you practice this, if you want, right, just getting a little alignment rod here. We're a couple feet away, right? And then what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this to match the shaft of your shaft.
That my shaft. To match my shaft.
Correct,
Okay.
so your shaft angle right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to have this little device, you just need to have the wherewithal just to kind of put it at the same
To
angle.
put it right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and give me a couple takeaways there. Good, much better, much better. Okay, good. Good.
So this should that tuck in too much? This?
It might be a little too much because you're doing fine. Okay, so it's going to be in there. Let's kind of go with this. Let's kind of go with a full swing here. Okay, let's kind of take it on out. Good. Feel where we're at there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we start to turn, the arms will get a little disconnected from the chest a little bit, and then it reconnects. So here we go as we go. Okay. Feel where your elbow is right here.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of a wrist in. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you see how your elbow gets a little bit away from your side?
On your side, yeah.
But then as I kind of get you to shallow, right? You see how that starts to come back in?
Start to come back in.
Right? And then we start to swing out to the right. And then keeping that out. Let that right foot come along with us. Right foot on the toe. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Let's do it one more time, okay? Come. Oop, oop, don't want to lift. Okay? Don't want to do this.
No.
Okay? We want to just kind of up. Good. Feel where we're at right there?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Down. Okay? See how we shallowed? We're staying on the same plane.
On the same plane.
Right? Boom. Good job. Okay.
Okay.
Does that give you a good feel or a sensory of what we're trying to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So let me let you kind of take a full swing and try to put it together a little bit in your mind, okay?
Okay.
Good. Yeah. Swinging up. Good. Very good. Okay. It's going to take some time. Good job. All right. Now, here's one thing I kind of see here a little bit and kind of explain this to me. So go do your swing again. Okay. When you get kind of up to the top, I want you to answer a question for me, please. Okay. Where do you feel the weight in your right side?
On this right foot.
But in your toe or
In
your heel?
toe. In your toe. It should be on the inside.
Should be in the heel.
On the heel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you
Okay,
what I
yeah,
see when you get up to the backswing here. You're like this. You see, it's exaggeration. Okay. But I can start to see that heel coming up a little bit because you're pressing into there. Okay. So
the weight should be on the back, on the heel.
should be on the heel.
Not on the
Okay.
toes, yeah.
And what that does, if I have that weight here, it's going to get me to transfer my weight this way. Okay? If I have my weight on the heel, then I can transfer it this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
So if
yeah.
I'm a person that's trying to fight the over the top, I want to try to get that into the heel area.
Into the heel.
Okay? That's just something I was noticing there
Yeah,
with your swing,
yeah,
okay?
because I know most of the pressure is on the toes.
Yeah, we don't want the pressure on the
Pressure
toes.
The pressure should be on the heel.
Okay?
Okay.
All right? I'll give you a drill for that here in just a sec to kind of help you out. Okay, good. Good. One more time for me, please. Okay. Now I want to come back to a drill that I'm sure that we did. Did we do the tilt and turn drill?
Tilt and turn.
Okay, so I want to come back to that real quick for you, okay? And just kind of show you something. So go ahead and set up like you're going to do that drill. Okay, put this right here on us. Okay, just as so. Okay, put your club across your chest. Okay, good. All right, so what we're going to kind of do, and I want you to kind of tell me what you feel here with your feet so we get a good understanding, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have you turn your upper body this way, and I want your lower body to go the other way. Yes, perfect. Where do you feel your weight?
On the heel. On this heel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it tells me that no matter, we are working on the takeaway here, right? But one of the bigger things that we have to work on isn't just the movement of the club, but the movement of the body, right?
Of the body.
So doing this drill quite a bit and getting that feel, right? Because if you get up to the top and you feel that weight in your toe, you didn't turn properly. You didn't do what we were trying to tell our body to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's do it one more time for me, right? Yes. Yes, that's where we want to be, okay? That's much more of a turn, right? You can feel your hip turning back behind that. Do that one more time for me, okay? Do that a couple more times. I'm going to videotape it for you and show you, okay? Do it very slowly. Good. Okay. One more time. Okay. So you feel how this hip turns back behind you here?
Turn back behind.
Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
your chest is turning this
Turn
way.
in, yeah, yeah.
Right? It probably feels tightness through our core area.
Right.
And we feel that pressure in our heel now.
On our heel.
Not in the toe,
Not in the
okay?
toe. Okay. And it's okay to move.
Yes, sir.
It's okay to
yes,
move
sir.
this one.
So watch JT's lead knee right here. Okay? It almost comes back to where the ball's at.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Some do, some don't.
Yeah.
Okay? But it is okay to allow that left knee to drip down and in.
Drip down in there.
Yes, sir. That's gonna allow your hips to turn correctly. Yes. Oh yeah, buddy. Okay. Now, as much as we need to work on the takeaway and the follow through and the path and everything like that,
to work on
this is the big part we've got to get our body to move.
The
you
right
know,
way.
right? And then we can start controlling the club a lot better. Yeah, there you go. That's so much better. Okay? If I showed you, yep, you're doing it right there. Come on, Rob, come on in, bud.
Sorry, I'm early.
That's okay. All right, but let's take a look at this gentleman compared to that one, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good, really good turn right there. You see how you
Okay.
got your back to the target? You see how
Right.
you let your knee drift in?
Yeah.
And your hip turn back.
Turn
Really good, okay?
Okay.
That's what we're trying to go for right there.
Okay.
Let's watch this gentleman right here, okay? Okay. So you can see that lead knee didn't really want to
That
drift
knee
in.
didn't turn.
Just kind of did one of these, right? Just kind of bent in just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And what's the other thing you kind of notice? Look at your lead knee right here, right? See how much bounce there's in that?
Mm-hmm.
Look how much you straightened it. Not that we straightened it to lock it up,
Yeah.
but you've got a much straighter leg.
Straighter leg. Yeah.
Right? When we look at JT, you see how straight that leg is?
Right.
That knee, his knee's not outside of his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can see your knee is inside of your foot here.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So once I start to move that weight to the outside of my foot,
Yeah.
right, that weight's going to have to go to my toes where it can control the weight.
And that's
Not good. No point.
On the heel.
Right.
On
So
the heel.
what I want to kind of see here, okay, or feel, all right, if I kind of did this. Move that out of the way. Okay. I'm going to kind of do this, okay? So what we used to do as kids is our old coach would take one ball, put
Yeah.
it underneath our right heel,
Mm-hmm.
okay? He would take my left foot and put it
Under the toe.
under the balls of my feet.
Under the balls of your feet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Not under my toes, but under the balls,
Okay.
okay? And then what he would have me do is he'd have me put a club across my chest like I'm having you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what it was I had to press on this, okay?
Mhm.
Feel myself pushing on that, and then before I turn down, I had to press in on this one. Okay? That's where the pressure points need to be with our feet.
Okay.
Okay? But the big part is, yep, so here, let's do this. Okay, so go ahead and set up for me, and I'll put them in the position, right? So for this guy, lift your toe up. There we go, good. Lift your heel up. Okay. So put the club across your chest. Very good. Okay. So as we go back, I want us to feel like we're squashing a grape with that right foot on that heel. Feel that? Good. Now squash the other grape before you come. So here we go. Do it again. All right, hold on. Start back at a neutral position for me. Okay. Turn back. Squash that grape back there. Good. Now squash this one now. There you go. Okay. Feel how you
okay.
transferred your weight?
Okay, okay, yeah.
One more time, do it again.
Yeah.
Good. Right? Stomp down. Yeah. There you go. That's all the weight transfer you really need. Do you feel that?
Yeah. So the weight is on the heel of this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to push it onto the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
Okay.
as I said, right here and here. But that's one of the big things I saw was just that practice swing is that when you're getting here, you're getting on your toe.
On your toe.
Right?
Yeah,
And then I'm going to have a really tough time trying to get you to swing under the plane if I get your weight on your toe.
On your toe.
So if I can
Weight
get
should
you,
be on the heel.
correct. If I can get your weight on the heel, then I've got a much better chance of you swinging out this way, right? Out to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I get out towards my toes, out this way, you're not going to keep going out that way, right?
No.
You're going to pull yourself back to this way.
Back to this way.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So two things that we kind of talked about today a little bit that are kind of important. I know we didn't really get to the driver and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's okay. Yeah.
But we've got more lessons to come.
Yeah.
The big thing is that we need to kind of keep working on our movement patterns, right? Getting our body to kind of move in a direction that we can, right?
Mhm.
And I think the big thing is for us as we start to move forward is getting our hand path or our takeaway in a better
In
position.
a better position.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because really, as I said, we saw in the video here, is that you're getting the club, I know this is a left-handed club, but you're getting way too far inside, and you can see that in the video, your right palm is facing up,
Mhm.
which is going to be an open club face. And then if I get my club head way back behind me here, it's really deep, and then I'm just going to get stuck here, and then I want to complete my turn, so I'm going to lift up and lift my arms up. And then I've
Yeah.
taken all that tension that I'm trying to create,
Mhm.
and I've snapped that rubber band, basically.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. Good. All right. So three things that we really touched on today. They're core values, to be honest with you. One, ball position, right?
Right.
Ball
Yeah.
position needs to be up, okay? And what I suggested for us to do is to get like a T-square here,
Mhm.
okay? Grab a couple alignment rods or a couple clubs. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have those.
And then set yourself up on the driving range or hitting area, wherever you're practicing at.
Mhm.
Okay? Set yourself up something like this. And then what I would start off with is I would start off right here in the middle with a pitching
With a
wedge.
pitching wedge. Okay.
Get used to the baseline,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then I would take a 9-iron and I would leave it right there basically, or maybe move it up just slightly.
Mhm.
Get yourself used to it. By the time you get to about a 7-iron, we want to be up about around here or so. Okay, so this would probably be like about maybe a ball and a half.
Right.
Okay.
And then also keep my legs a little put closer. I think first I had it too wide.
Correct.
Stance.
Yes, sir. So we want to try to keep our stance a little bit narrower than where it was before.
No, it was before. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's going to allow your right hip to turn more back behind you freely.
Yeah.
Then if
yeah.
I get too wide, then
Too
I'm
wide.
going to want to slide to get back there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So ball position is very important.
Very.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And what we noticed is that when we got your ball position up, your height on your flight started to go up.
Start to go up. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So always remember that.
For
Okay?
the pitching wedge, for the pitch, the ball should be in the center then.
Yes. Right. Well, you can see there's two ways of putting it, right? Either in the center of your stance, or if it's better for you, just feel like it's in line with your zippers. Right? Whatever kind of works best for you. But then always remember, as we start to go, down in clubs, right?
Mhm.
Down to a 7-5 or whatever,
Right.
the ball starts to move up in our setup.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, so pitching wedge here in the center,
Mm.
and then everything starts to move left.
Left of it. Everything starts.
Correct, moving up in our setup.
Okay.
Does that make sense right
that
there?
Makes sense. That makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
Now, the other thing that we kind of touched on quite a bit about, and I think this is quite important for us. Okay, so go ahead and set up for me, my man. I'm going to put this little 6-iron guy right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this about a couple feet, foot or two, foot and a half.
Mhm.
Put it on the same plane line of your shaft line here, right? So same angle,
Mhm.
okay? And then all I want you to do is swing up and over that, okay? Yes, that's it, okay? For our practice right now, right there is good,
Right there is good. Okay.
okay? Just to get a feel for where that is, okay? Once again, do it again. Right, good. So you can see that we're getting that face to be a lot more
To be a bit more
square.
down to the.
Yeah, or
Okay.
shut, whatever you got, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be,
This way. Yeah.
yeah, then you got to kind of do this to get
Come
it
over.
back to square, right? But if I can get you here,
Yeah.
then I can get you to do this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Out to the right and then coming through. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so
yeah.
always remember that when the hands kind of get past your thigh here,
Mhm.
okay, the shaft's going to be parallel to the ground.
Parallel to the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
And the club head is going to be ever so slightly on that side,
Yeah.
but not,
Not like that. Not over.
right.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can see now your palm is facing
It's
towards the
facing
sky.
towards- Yeah.
Now your
Should
palm
be.
is facing more towards the ball or the ground a little bit, right?
Okay.
So that's a good checkpoint for us right there.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Now, the third and final thing that we really touched on today that was very important was our tilt and turn drill again, right?
Yeah.
We touched on that in the beginning, right? And what I want you to do is get a club across your chest, okay? Get another like alignment rod or something like that, put that against your side right here,
Mhm.
okay? And then what your goal is to turn your upper body against your lower body and get your lower body to move away from that line. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
So, and the weight is definitely on the heel.
Definitely on the heel. Right now I've got a better chance of you swinging out towards the right with your weight pattern than if you're on your toes.
On your toes. Okay.
If you're on the
yeah.
toes, you're going to go left. If you're
Left.
on your heel, you got a chance to go to the right.
So the weight should be on the heel.
Right? We can always still go to the go to the left no matter what we do, right? But we've got
A
to.
better chance.
The odds go up significantly if I can get your weight to go in certain
On the
patterns.
heel. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense, man. A whole lot of sense.
Any questions about today?
No, today was good. Today was good. A lot of stuff. A lot of
Okay.
stuff. You learn these things, of course, and sometimes you forget them. But you have to refresh that.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
But it's a lot of good pointers there, man. It's obvious from just the demonstrations and the video. I see where I was probably hitting over the ball a lot of time.
Yeah.
As opposed to come smooth through. Put the weight on. And as I say, you're good to notice that I normally put my weight on my toes
Yeah.
when I go back in that
Yes.
swing.
And that's
Yeah.
important because a lot of people get lost in that. I see a
Yeah.
lot of people, you know, when they swing, they're up on their toe.
Up on
They
their
think that they're
toes.
gonna, you know. And I guess I get it. You know, more that I think about it. You know, if I was an athlete, I'm going to push off of that. I'm going to use that. That's what they tell us to kind of do.
Yeah. Off the
Right.
toes, yeah.
But we got to get kind of to the point where the weight kind of transfers into that heel, so I can kind of catch the shot.
And you say it's perfectly okay to move this.
Yes.
Move this.
Absolutely.
left.
Absolutely. That's going to allow that hip to turn. Okay?
Yeah.
I'd much rather see, you know, more of this, right?
Mm.
Where the heel comes up off the ground for you,
Mm.
than you trying to keep your heel on the ground. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? At least it gives you more rotation, more turn.
rotation.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
With the heel off the floor,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, yeah.
Okay.
I think JT kind of does it still a little bit. Right. No, not exactly, but you got some of the old timers, Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Six.
absolutely nothing wrong with it. You know, it can
Okay.
kind of help with your timing. Now, I wouldn't say I want to get you up on your toe,
No.
right? But
no.
if you kind of drift back and the heel comes up a little bit, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that. Okay.
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 Good. Any questions?
No, not so far. I'll go and try. I'm going in my garage, you know, to practice this.
Perfect. Perfect.
To practice the.
Yeah, a couple of alignment rods and
And
some.
I have some alignment rods.
Yeah, alignment rod, some dedication, and you should be pretty good with that in a week or so or something like
And
that.
how
keeping
to
with that.
swing out.
Yeah, right. Swinging on plane,
Swinging on the plane.
right? That's the big thing, not getting stuck behind you,
Behind
right?
you,
Then
yeah.
we get that path.
Not to get that part over the top. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay then.
You want to schedule up your next one?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.